Do you want to take your Anytone plug-and-play package on the road with you? Well, stick around and we'll learn how. Hi everyone, this is Cody from BridgeCom Systems. In this video we're going to show you exactly how to set up your plug-and-play package to work mobile in your car. So for this, you will actually need a cell phone or some type of Wi-Fi hotspot device. We're going to use a cell phone in this case. It's got to have a 2.4 gigahertz network, and that's going to allow us to run the DV Mega on the internet while you're going down the road. There are a few other cables that you will need for this process, but it's really not much more difficult than setting it up at your house, so stick around and we'll show you how. First, plug in the power cable, plug in the Ethernet cable into your router, plug the power cable into your DV Mega, plug the Ethernet cable into your Mega. Okay, so now we're over here on the computer. So first you want to go ahead and open up a web browser. Now there's two ways to do this. You can either go to the IP address of your router, which is located typically on the back of your router. You'll be able to find it. And log in that way, or what I recommend is to download a program called Angry IP Scanner right here, and then go ahead and start that, then close. Now we're going to look for a device called Pi-Star. You can see there's two here showing up. We have another one in the shop, but I know this is the one we're working with. Now double click on it, and then that will give you the opportunity to copy this IP address right here. Then we can close out of this, and then go ahead and go to that IP address in your web browser. Then we want to click on configuration, and it's going to ask us for a username and password. The username is simply pi-star, and then the password is all lowercase raspberry. Sign in. We can go ahead and save that. So here, all your information should be in here. But what we want to do is scroll down to the wireless configuration section, then click on Configure Wi-Fi, and then add a network. Now from here, it might be difficult to see those two fields. We have an SSID and a password. Now we want to add, the SSID is also referred to as a username. So we want to add the SSID and password from our cell phone's Wi-Fi hotspot. So if you're on an iPhone, what you want to do is go to Settings, then go to Personal Hotspot, which you can see here, and then you want to go ahead and turn it on. Now, the name of the hotspot, in this case it says Jared's iPhone. On this iPhone, that may not work with Pi-Star because of the apostrophe. Now this is how your iPhone will come standard with a username like that. So we want to go back out here, go down to General, go to About. We can change the name of the iPhone here. So I'm going to take it back and we'll just name it to Jared. We could do 1, 2, 3. I mean, you can do anything you want here, but just don't do any special characters, and it's a good idea to leave out the spaces. So we're going to go back in here, Personal Hotspot, and now we can see the new username. What the username is the part right inside those quotation marks there, and then our password here. Once again, don't use special characters, and pay attention to capital letters, like there's a capital P. It is everything here. The username and password is very case sensitive, so we have to pay attention to that. But it's really that simple, so we go ahead and put these into the Pi-Star system, and that's how it works for an iPhone. Now over here on an Android, what you want to do, there's two ways to go to settings. You may have it on your home screen, or you can swipe down from the top and go to settings this way. Then just go to connections, and then down here you'll see a mobile hotspot and tethering. So we're going to go ahead and switch this on, turn on, then open it up. But there's your username and password. Now once again, you don't want to have any special characters, and I believe it's a good idea not to have spaces either. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you can go ahead and change either of them, but we'll just go back out the home screen here. Okay, so now that we have our Wi-Fi password and SSID from our cell phone hotspot, Now we're going to enter them in the field inside the Pi-Star here. So first, put in the username, and then the password. And remember, these are very case sensitive, so if you have capital letters or anything like that, make sure they are exactly the way it is on your phone. Then once you're done, go ahead and press Save and Connect. And there we go. This is a Wi-Fi network that's been added. We can add multiple networks if we want, although keep in mind they're not going to work correctly if they're within proximity to each other. So let's go try it out. Okay, so now we're in my car. So what you're going to need to do this, obviously we need our DV Mega. You're going to need a USB adapter for your cigarette lighter or 12-volt socket inside your car. And you will also need a micro USB cable to regular USB to be able to plug this into your car. Now, a lot of older cell phones came with this type of cable, so it's very likely you probably already have one. And if not, you can pick this cable up at most gas stations or convenience stores for pretty cheap. Now, we are planning to start carrying a cable specifically for the DV Mega, so look for a link for that in the description. We likely will have it at this point, and you can just buy it straight from us and it will work flawlessly. Okay, so what we're going to do is find a power socket on the car. Go ahead and plug our charger into it. Then we're simply going to plug the cable in here. Now this DV Mega does require at least 2 amps. So in this case, I'm going to use the higher amperage port on the charger. Make sure that whenever you buy your adapter for your car, that it supplies at least 2 amps. And then we're going to plug in our DV Mega. Okay, so once you plug in the DV Mega, it should automatically connect to your cell phone's Wi-Fi hotspot within a few minutes, assuming you have it turned on. Just like that. So now let's get Daniel over here and have him try it out.
Hi guys, just going to do a quick radio service test real quick on this in-car DV Mega Anytone setup. Radio service test, N0REY, Daniel. Radio service test, N0REY, Daniel. So there, as you can see there, works perfectly great through the Parrot.
So there you have it. You just saw Daniel doing the in-car demo. Now you can be driving down the road in style with your Anytone and your plug-and-play package. So that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something. Now you're on the road with your DMR plug-and-play package. So if you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss out on any more awesome content that we have coming your way. So that's it for now. I'm Cody from BridgeCom Systems 7.3.